I'm San Antonio Mayor Rod Nirenberg. I am a Trinity University alum, and I want you to know about my passion for these two vibrant communities. My alma mater is now a nationally recognized liberal arts university, offering fully integrated arts, humanities, STEM, and professional programs. Grounded in the liberal arts, Trinity graduates students who think critically, act meaningfully, and contribute confidently throughout their careers. As for San Antonio, Trinity is an oasis in the heart of a city that serves as a cultural bridge to the Americas. We are a diverse community that values inclusion and welcomes intellectual curiosity and spirited debate. We're a city that challenges convention and welcomes new ideas. Great things are happening at Trinity University, in San Antonio, and through all our connections to our multicultural world. Join me in being part of this exciting moment.
Stop me if you've heard this one before, but we have the Hardin-Simmons Cowboys and the Trinity University Tigers. Just this time, the only difference, we have it inside CalGuard Gym, where the Trinity Tigers, ranked number 18th this season, will go up against the Hardin-Simmons Cowboys on the hardwood. Hardin-Simmons 2-2, Trinity 4-2. And it should be a good one to end this Leslie Robinson Thanksgiving Classic that has been going on all weekend long in San Antonio. I'm Brian Yanselson, excited to join you for a full day of Trinity basketball. The men tipping off here at 2, the women tipping off at 6. And with the fall sports season coming to an end yesterday at the football field, it is officially basketball season in San Antonio. Basketball and swimming and diving season, but here on Tiger Network, it'll be basketball for the next few months. A.J. Clark ready at center court for the Tigers, and he wins the tip. But not for long. Looks like there was a whistle, an early jump, and let's do it again. A.J. Clark going up against Austin Brewer of Hardin-Simmons. And this time, the Cowboys win it, and they'll get going, led by Aiden Walsh, the point guard, senior from Katy, Texas. And Trinity goes into a zone defense right away. Mid-range jump shot, just a bit off for Brewer. Fight for the rebound is won by Tanner Brown. And here come the Tigers. A.J. Clark coming off a career game. A couple career highs in the last win against McMurray, including Jacob Millhouse, who swings it, but robbed by Hardin-Simmons. Here they go in fast break, and a block by A.J. Clark. Tanner Brown going the other way, drives left, takes the contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Tanner Brown coming off a 17-point performance against McMurray in Trinity's 91-85 victory. Brown gets the first free throw to go. The junior from right here in San Antonio, averaging 13.3 points per game. And he's shooting 46% from beyond the three-point line. Gets those first 2 free throws to go. Trinity with the first 2 of the game. And they go into a full court press here. Aiden Walsh trying to find the middle of this zone. Double team there in the corner. Now Brewer gets it. Brewer with another jump shot that's no good, but another offensive board for Hardin-Simmons. Going up, drawing contact. And the bucket will count there for Stephen Quinn. Get a good look at the replay there. Stephen Quinn hanging and getting the bucket to go, and he'll try to put the Cowboys on top early here with the and 1. That one rolls in. Just a minute gone here in San Antonio. Tigers turn it over. Hardin-Simmons coming into today 2-2, and the official changing his mind after that initial pointing to Hardin-Simmons. It's Trinity basketball. Nice pass to Hanley, finds Millhouse in the corner. Millhouse just off. And the rebound by Hardin-Simmons. Callaway Dykes gets the Cowboys in transition. Here comes Bartosik, gets it back to Walsh. Walsh for 3. Rims out. Brown with the rebound. Here come the Tigers. Hanley driving strong into the lane, and good. Ben Hanley had 12 points against McMurray, and he gets on the board for Trinity Tigers in double digits against the Warhawks, as the Tigers improve to 4-2 on the year. Nice drive into the lane by Callaway Dykes, gets 2 more for Hardin-Simmons, so both teams finding success in the paint early on. Hanley goes right. Tries to swing it to Brown. It is stolen by Dykes. A couple of turnovers early for Trinity, giving Hardin-Simmons some opportunities. Brewer backs down Clark off the glass, but an offensive foul. Clark helped up by Millhouse. A nice effort by number 22, who's a little slow to get up. And he'll set up the inbounds pass. A.J. Clark, what a tremendous game he had just a couple days ago. A career-high 25 points, going along with 13 rebounds for a double-double. Now he sets up for 3 and gets it to go. A.J. Clark, the super senior, with a super start Cowboys get it across half court, able to set up their offense now, looking to get into the heart of the zone like McMurray was able to do early on. Mid-range is good by Stephen Quinn. He's got 4 of Hardin-Simmons' 7. Tigers swinging it around. Hanley ends up with it, driving left. Now reverses course. Nice dump off to Jenkins. But an offensive foul going to be called on Caleb Jenkins. Referee says he used his off arm to push off. Brewer pushed towards the sideline by Clark. Bartosik able to step in and hit the mid-range. Hardin-Simmons seems to be very content with those jump shots that have been available to them. They lead 9-7. Millhouse falls, and it's taken away by Walsh. Able to spin around, maintain it, going to the basket, and draws the foul. Hayden Walsh, senior from Katy, Texas, taking on the point guard duties for the Cowboys. One of 3 Cowboys that were named to the preseason player to watch list as he misses that first free throw. Walsh, Quinn, and Bartosik, the 3 returning starters who have been put on notice for the rest of the conference. Hardin-Simmons belonging to the American Southwest Conference, the conference that Trinity plays so often, whether it's in non-conference play in the regular season or, as we've seen in other sports, in the postseason as well. Walsh misses both free throws, and Clark collects the rebound, going the other way now. And in is Jacob Harvey. Tries to get that pass to Grayson Hurd. Taken away. Quinn takes a couple steps and gets it to go. Stephen Quinn has been the go-to so far. Fighting through that contact and sees the bucket. Will try to get the three-point play. But the Cowboys missing their free throw again. Now 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. And Grayson Hurd called for the travel. First timeout on the floor with the under-16 media timeout. Hardin-Simmons 11, Trinity 7. We'll take our first break on Tiger Network and be right back after this. Welcome back to Tiger Network. Hardin-Simmons with the 11-7 lead. Tigers did trail for much of that game on Friday against McMurray, trailed by as many as 8, including 5 at the half. But they were able to come back and defeat the team from Abilene. And over the last week, I don't think Trinity has made many friends from Abilene. We'll see if that trend continues today. Clark gets it to go, dealing with the contact, no foul called. But 2 points either way for number 22. Some substitutions for Hardin-Simmons. There's one of them. Off on the three was Jared Bomer. Tigers get it to Grayson Herr. A little short on the layup. Cowboys going the other way. They've got a 3-on-2. Bartosik pulls up. And a nice break for the Tigers. Rebound by Jenkins. Jenkins stops, finds Clark. Swing to Herr. Harvey in the corner. He steps up. Now Herr thinks about a three. Now resets a little bit. Clark. A push going to be called on Bomer. Hardin-Simmons doing a nice job getting back on transition and forcing the Tigers to reset their offense. Ben Hanley will check out. So will Grayson Herr, and in come Abdullah Roberts and Tanner Brown. Nice to see Abdullah Roberts and Jacob Harvey both back out there. They had a limited role against Saul Ross earlier in the week, and they did not play on Friday. Jenkins gets the three to go. Jenkins had himself a nice game against McMurray before fouling out late in the second half. Gets an early three, and now the Tigers trying to take the lead back. Clark, Abdullah Roberts hesitates a little bit, and then the throw goes out of bounds. Hardin-Simmons basketball. Hardin-Simmons not having much trouble with the full court press from Trinity. They've been able to get their shots up and get to the middle of that zone, as they do right there. Nice pass from Quinn to Bomer. Harvey looking for some help, finds Clark. Nice dish to Abdullah Roberts, comes in, and a free lane just rims out. Abdullah Roberts was left all alone under there. And on the other end, able to finish there is Dykes for the two. Hardin-Simmons extends their lead to 5. Tanner Brown, top of the key, short, rebounded by Dykes. Swinging the ball around to Bartosik. It'll be Dykes, thought about it. Tigers doing a nice job rotating across. Shot clock down to 12, so Dykes puts it up. No good. Roberts collects it. Jenkins coming back. Pass taken away by Bartosik. Walsh decides to take it. And a foul going to be called. Walsh a bit lucky there. Seemed like he was losing control of the basketball as he went up. But the foul will be called on Trinity, so some more substitutions on the way. Austin Brewer back in there. Jason Justice, the first time we've seen of him. He'll head to inbound the ball, the freshman from Dallas, Texas. It is Quinn. Tigers trying to keep their hands up defensively. Walsh deep, good. Aiden Walsh gets in the box score, and Hardin-Simmons leading by 8. Tigers needing a boost offensively. Will Braxton Berry give it to them? He's doubled. Hanley bails him out. Brown from the corner. That's off as well. Foul underneath, though. Looks like Braxton Berry got pushed on the loose ball foul. And Trinity will maintain possession. Cowboys currently on a 7-0 run. Tigers have not scored in 2.5 minutes. Brown looking to change it, dishes it to Harvey. Harvey can't get it to go. And now the loose ball foul will belong to Berry as he pushes Bomer aside on the rebound. This is a Trinity offense that averages 84 points per game. They are usually ones to play quickly. Lots of possessions in a game, but early on, not getting much to roll in there. They'll try to go quickly here. Harvey has 4 gold jerseys in front of him, so he slows things down. Hanley finds Millhouse, was intended for Barry, but it works out. But Millhouse won't get the layup to fall. And the Cowboys doing an excellent job defensively, making everything contested for the Tigers. Next break will be a timeout. Hardin-Simmons looking to grow this advantage. Walsh, top of the key, rolls in for 3. And the lead is up to 11 for Hardin-Simmons. Hanley takes care of business on the other end and puts 2 on the board for Trinity. A much-needed basket for the Tigers as they still trail by 9 with 11 left to go in this first half. Quinn finds an open Bartosik. He's off on the 3, a break for Trinity. Harvey, great find to Millhouse, and Millhouse will be fouled. Great mid-air adjustment by Harvey. Looked like he was going to the corner. Instead, Millhouse cut in and will head to the line for 2. Trinity 14, Hardin-Simmons 23 as we've reached the under 12 media timeout. We'll take a break on Tiger Network as Jimmy Smith talks to his Tigers. You got a brief look there at the title board for Trinity men's basketball and their tournament appearances. There they are again. I need to update that because the Trinity Tigers were in the NCAA tournament a year ago for the first time in 8 years since 2014, and they got their first win since 2012. And not only was it a win, it was their largest margin of victory in the postseason as they defeated Whitworth. First free throw good for Millhouse out of the timeout. Trinity then fell short to the host, Mary Hardin-Baylor. And we'll try to keep that name out of the broadcast today. Tiger fans still lulling over that win for the Crusaders yesterday. Second free throw off for Millhouse. Lead down to 8 for Hardin-Simmons, but they've held it pretty consistently in this first half. Walsh feeling confident from distance. He's pulled up from way out there, and he's made a couple, but this one will belong to Trinity. Jenkins lost his dribble, looking for help. Still can't find it. Now Clark comes to help him out. Nice dish to Barry, and Barry dunks it home. Braxton Barry, the sophomore from Houston, using all 6'8" to get up there. By far the tallest Tiger on this roster. He's been an excellent presence down low. Wide open in the corner. Clark with a good closeout, maybe forced enough of a rush. Jackson Robinson couldn't get it to go. Barry driving, and the pass just a little high. Jenkins thought he had him. But we'll get another look at the slam dunk by number 0. Don't you wish you could jump like that? For Braxton Berry, it's not a wish, it's a reality. 3 Cowboys here in the backcourt as they take a while to get it across, nearly traveled there as well. But Quinn ends up with it. Quinn gets it right back. And again, Robinson, can he hit this one? No. Jackson Robinson has had a couple of open opportunities from beyond the arc, but he has not been able to hit. He is shooting 72% from 3 coming into today. Averaging 6 points a game is the junior from right here in San Antonio, Churchill High School. But so far, the San Antonio native unable to get going. Shot clock hits 15. Cowboys nearly lose it. Levine forces the pressure. Bartosik gets it back. He'll put up a 3, and it's good. Cowboys stop that mini Trinity run, lead back up to 9. Jenkins cuts it to 7 with the nice hesitation. So at least on one end, Trinity looking a lot better offensively out of the timeout. 3 for their last 3. But they've still got to come up with some stops here on the other end. Quinn has Jenkins right up on him. Who's that off of? Off of Trinity. Hanley, can't believe it. Has both hands up looking to the official. Late substitution here before the pass is sent in. Ty Williams, a sophomore from Pearland, Texas. Tigers not even giving the inbounder attention, trying to guard the floor. The Cowboys are able to get it in, however. Bartosik deep, short. Lots of contact there on the rebound. And the foul going to be called on Quinn. That's Caleb Jenkins at 5'10" and Stephen Quinn at 6'2", battling for the board, and it ultimately is Jenkins coming away with it. It's the kind of fight you see from a New Orleans native and a Pelican fan. There goes the Pelican fan, gives it to Williams, who backs up. Tries to get the hook shot. Now Jenkins tried to tap it back towards the Tigers, but it'll belong to Hardin-Simmons. And the NBA especially relevant in today's matchup because this was a game that was supposed to happen yesterday at 2 p.m., but a couple of factors got in the way, including an NBA game. One reason, Trinity's football team playing in a playoff game against Mary Hardin-Baylor at 12, and the game was supposed to happen at 2. But instead of being able to push it back as Justice gets that jumper to go, Hardin-Simmons asked to move it to today because they were going to the Spurs game last night. Hanley finds Jenkins from distance. A little too much on it, but Levine gets the rebound. Jenkins crisscrossing in the middle, decides to pull up. Williams fights for the board, but the referee will say he pushed off to get it. So the ball will belong to Hardin-Simmons. But both basketball teams for Hardin-Simmons in town, the Cowgirls playing the Tigers women's team yesterday, they were able to play at 4 p.m. But the Cowboys and the Cowgirls headed to the AT&T Center last night to see the Spurs play the Lakers, and they saw quite the show, as is the case usually when the Lakers are in town. A pretty packed AT&T Center, about half silver and black and half purple and gold. If any of you caught that game, Russell Westbrook took a flagrant 2 from Zach Collins, so hope the Cowboys and Cowgirls enjoyed that visit to San Antonio. But on the court, they have not had much success against Trinity as they lead 28-19 here, but the Hardin-Simmons men's team losing to Trinity a year ago on their home court. It was a very close game that Trinity was able to win 72-69. And then for the Cowgirls, they have now lost 2 in a row, both coming this week to the Trinity Tigers. First up in Abilene and now down here in San Antonio. And with Trinity's football team beating the Cowboys a week ago, Hardin-Simmons men's basketball team trying to prevent a clean sweep on this Sunday afternoon. They are looking good so far, shooting 46% from the field and keeping an explosive Trinity offense at bay. One of the main reasons Trinity trails by 9 turnovers. Hardin-Simmons with just 1. So even though both teams are shooting a similar percentage, those extra opportunities really biting the Tigers so far as Austin Brewer gets his first free throw. "17 fouls against Trinity, so the Cowboys will head to the line for the remainder of the half. They'll start with the 1-and-1, but with Brewer hitting that first, guarantees himself a second. Misses the back end of it. Hanley goes left. Whistle called. Will be a foul on Quinn. That'll be his second. Something to keep an eye on for Hardin-Simmons, their leading scorer. Averaging 15 points a game, shooting 35% from the field, is the senior from Dallas. And he comes over to his bench as Coach Brackett deciding to pull him out with 7:20 to go, keep him out of foul trouble. Hanley connects on the first free throw. The Tigers now in the bonus as well. Hanley misses the second. Bartosic gets the rebound, and here go the Cowboys. Walsh surveying the court. Cowboys really taking their time. Shot clock down to 8 when a foul is called. Loose ball foul on Griffin Levine. And even though it's away from the basket, the Cowboys will shoot since they are in the bonus. Jenkins and Williams check out. Brown and Harvey back in. Tigers going with an athletic lineup that can definitely shoot from distance, so we'll see what they can come up with. Walsh gets the first free throw to go. Hanley acting as if that was the second, but no one is fooled by that. Cowboy lead up to 10 with 6:58 to go. And the Cowboys can't seem to make their back end of the 1-and-1, so leaving points on the board. Clark rotates in. And a late foul called. Despite this 10-point lead for Hardin-Simmons, they are just 3 of 8 from the line. And in a game that is expected to be pretty tight, those are 5 points that could come back later. And they'll have more opportunity seemingly. With 6:50 to go, 8 fouls for both teams. So get used to free throws. Clark can't get that first one to go. Trinity near the top of the country a year ago in free throws attempted and free throws made. They love driving to the bucket and getting to the line. They draw a lot of contact as they go quickly, especially in fast break. Clark hits the second, and the lead, 9 for Hardin-Simmons. Bomer with a nice one-touch pass and one coming for Bartosic. Hardin-Simmons a couple of times have done a great job getting in the middle of that zone and using the cutter. Coach Smith talking to the official there, understanding what exactly the call was, but it is a shooting foul, so the bucket did count. And the three-point play completed. Largest lead of the day so far for Hardin-Simmons, 12. And a travel called on Levine. Coach Smith going with a new look, trying to spark something offensively. It'll be Kevin Garcia, the freshman from Laredo, Texas. Garcia has seen some nice playing time early this season. Had a career-high 11 points against Sol Ross up in Alpine as Trinity fell to the Lobos. Walsh pulls up from the top of the key. No good, but a rebound collected by Bomer. Another offensive rebound for 23, and the Cowboys get a third shot. They won't miss it. And one again for Will Bartosik. The junior from Rockwall, Texas, going to work inside. He averages 12 on the year, already in double digits today. 4 for 8 from the field for a total of 10 points. That's now 4 offensive rebounds for the Cowboys, and the Tigers have not scored in 3 minutes. Not scored from the field in 3 minutes. They've gotten a couple of free throws in that time period, but no field goals. Harvey looking to change it. His shot is off, and nothing is working for Trinity right now. Cowboys with a 15-point advantage in San Antonio. Pulling up from 3, no good. Foul going to be called on number 42, Grant Jacobs. And as I warned you, get used to the free throws. Still 5:35 left, and the Cowboys are officially in the double bonus. So even if he misses the first, which he doesn't, he'll get the second free throw. And Coach Smith really trying out some new rotations here, going with Zach Fenn, the freshman. But not before a timeout. Trinity 21, Hardin-Simmons 37 with 5:35 to go inside Calgard Gym. We'll take a quick break on Tiger Network and see if after the break the Tigers can get it going. Back from that quick timeout, Bartosik completes his trip to the line, and the Cowboys up 17. Garcia driving right, kicks it to Hanley. Hanley deals with 2 Cowboys and will head to the free throw line. Ben Hanley, one of the main catalysts of this Trinity offense, always looking to make something happen. He's averaging 12 points per game so far this year as he's short on that free throw. 12 points a game to go along with 5 rebounds and just over 2 assists per contest. Second one rattles home. Trinity 6 for 10 from the line. Hardin-Simmons 7 for 12. Tiger defense trying to get more aggressive. They rotate well to shore up those spots, and they force Hardin-Simmons to reset. Shot clock at 13. Bartosik in some trouble. Garcia trying to force it away. It'll be a Hanley rebound. Great defensive possession there for the Tigers. Can they build some momentum? Garcia for 3. Good. A free throw, a stop, and then a 3-pointer. gives Trinity a little boost here. Can they put up consecutive stops to keep it going? Bomer finds Walsh. Walsh over to the corner. Rims out for the Cowboys. Vicente couldn't get it to go. Jenkins quickly up. No good. Fenn chasing from behind. 3 Cowboys there. Vicente much closer to the basket. Offensive foul. Grant Jacobs sacrificing his body and will give the ball back to Trinity. Nice job there by Colin, wiping the court. Hardin-Simmons still up 13 with 4:15 to go in San Antonio. Jacobs has room to rumble and rejected by Jared Bomer. We'll get another look. Clean block for the purple and gold. Jacobs now setting up in the post, dishes it to Clark, slips a little bit. Offensive foul called on Clark. From the start of that play, didn't seem like he had it all collected. And then driving hard in the post, called for the charge. Dykes in the middle to Bartosik. He steps up and gets the floater to go. Tigers trying to push momentum. Garcia spins in the middle of 2 Cowboys, and that's where the Tigers have found success, and they've been fouled, allowing Hanley and now Garcia to head to the line as of late. But they have yet to put the stops and the buckets together to really cut into this Hardin-Simmons lead. Trinity coming into today at 4-2. They lost to Sul Ross State earlier this week, and they lost to number 11 Rochester up in New York, a trip that saw the Tigers head to Niagara Falls, so some nice sightseeing for the Trinity Tigers. Those 4 wins coming against Fredonia, Laterno, Hamilton, and McMurray. So a couple of wins against the American Southwest Conference, trying to pick up another one today. Meanwhile, for Hardin-Simmons, they have become very familiar with the SCAC. They beat TLU and Southwestern, but they lost to Schreiner. And then their only game not against the SCAC, coming against UT Dallas, which they lost. Trinity picked to win the SCAC this year, just ahead of the University of St. Thomas, the Celts over there in Houston, who have made their presence known in the conference. It's now their 4th year competing against Division III foes. They are fully able to qualify for the NCAA tournament, which they were not last year, because if they were, they would have gone to the playoffs. They won the conference tournament over Trinity, but Trinity got the automatic bid since St. Thomas was ineligible. This year, it'll be a different story, however. The Tigers and the Celts, no doubt, will do many battles as Garcia can't hit that first free throw. The first matchup between the Tigers and the Celts coming up pretty soon, December 4th in Houston. Garcia gets the second free throw to go. Trinity down 14. The good news for Trinity on both sides for the men and women, the SCAC tournament right here in CalGuard Gym at the end of February. So some home court advantage will be present. But right now, Hardin-Simmons neutralizing any mojo the Tigers have in San Antonio. Shot clock down to 4. And the call going in favor of Trinity. Hardin-Simmons thought the rotation was late. Grant Jacobs remains in there with Caleb Jenkins, Ben Hanley, Zach Fenn, and Kevin Garcia. So 2 first years in there. Jacobs lost his dribble, Finds Jenkins. Jenkins decides to drive and looks like a good decision. 2 points for Caleb Jenkins. As Trinity desperate to cut this deficit to single digits. Justice pushes Jacobs down, no contact called. And that's off the foot of Hardin-Simmons, Trinity ball. The chants coming from the Trinity parents. Trying to motivate the Tigers. Hanley driving, fighting for his own miss, gets it to go on the second shot. Ben Hanley up to 8 points now and 5 rebounds. Walsh to Justice. Bartosik in the middle. One of the first of those that he has missed. And the Tigers have the chance to cut it down to single digits. Hanley, a pass to no one. Unfortunately for the Tigers, will give it right back to Hardin-Simmons. You can start to feel the energy ever so slowly shifting towards Trinity. But Hardin-Simmons still maintaining the double-digit advantage and wanting to take advantage of the 1:43 to go. Will be a timeout from Matt Brackett, as maybe he is feeling a little bit of the same, wanting to make sure his team holds on to the lead going into the break. Matt Brackett, in his 6th season as head coach for Hardin-Simmons, has a career record of 70-48. A team that is coming off a pretty good season a year ago, 17-8, made it to the American Southwest Conference semifinals, but they were not able to push through in a conference that Mary Hardin-Baylor dominated. This season, they have been picked to finish 3rd in the ASC behind Mary Hardin-Baylor and LeTourneau. There is some good basketball being played in the Lone Star State. Quick timeout for Hardin-Simmons, and they are back. They have done their best when they find the heart of the zone, and there it is. Whatever they drew up out of the timeout, working to perfection. Jared Bomer. Jenkins backing his defender up, fights for the miss, up and in. That's 2 possessions in a row now that the Tigers missed the first shot, but the shooter gets their own miss. First it was Hanley, then it was Jenkins. This ball taken away by Fenn, and he gets the layup in. Lead down to 8 for Hardin-Simmons. A heads-up takeaway by the first year. Under a minute to go in San Antonio. Bomer, Bartosik. No good. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins going to work. Foul called before the shot, but it won't matter. Tigers in the double bonus, so Jenkins will shoot 2. Bomer slow to get up, helped up by Bartosik. Jim goes silent, waiting for Jenkins' free throws. That first one off. Tanner Brown will check back in for the 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Jenkins leading the Tigers so far with 9 points, trying to become the first to hit 10 with this free throw. But he can't do it, misses a pair, and then a foul. No, a jump ball. Garcia signaled it right away. Dykes can't believe it. Excellent effort for number 4. We'll give the ball to Trinity. Let's see if they can take advantage of this extra opportunity. Tanner Brown from the baseline. Garcia receives it. Hanley to his left, loses control, and will be called for the travel. So the hustle has been there for Trinity offensively, collecting the offensive boards, forcing some turnovers. Just a couple seconds difference between the shot clock and game clock. How much will the Cowboys use? Walsh appearing to let it run out. Holding on to the ball and will try to go into the half. Now down to 4. Walsh pulls up deep and rims out. Bomer underneath, gets it to go. And the buzzer sounds with the Cowboys up 10. That's exactly what Hardin-Simmons wanted. They wanted the final shot. But they got not just 1, but 2. The 3 almost in there for Walsh, but Bomer cleans it up and gives his team the 10-point advantage. 44-34 in favor of Hardin-Simmons. The Tigers trailed by 5 on Friday against McMurray at the half, and they came back to win. We'll see if they can come up with a similar comeback on Tiger Network. We'll take the halftime break with them, just 15 minutes. But don't go anywhere because we'll have a good finish. We are back from the halftime break. Hardin-Simmons 44, Trinity 34. And the conclusion of this Leslie Robinson Thanksgiving Classic, live from San Antonio. Trinity going with the same starting lineup. Hardin-Simmons making a little bit of a change, going with Jared Bomer out there with the starting unit. It has been all Hardin-Simmons so far this afternoon, and a majority of the work done by the man who just gave it up, Will Bartosik. Aiden Walsh has it right now. Shot clock down to 2. Nice defensive possession by the Tigers to start things out. They'll go in transition. Jenkins trying to keep the rhythm. Brown to Millhouse in the corner, and now the offense fully trying to set up. Clark, Euro step, will draw the foul. Will Bartosik leads all scorers with 15 points for the Cowboys. On Trinity's side, it is Caleb Jenkins leading the way with 9. A.J. Clark with 6 points. He'll try to get a couple more here from the line. Gets the first one. To go along with 7 points now, Clark also has 5 rebounds and an assist. Second free throw, not quite in the bottom. So the Cowboys will get the ball in the backcourt. Tigers going back to the full court pressure. Bartosik finds the ball after Quinn gets it to him. Press is broken, and the offense set up for Walsh. His 3 is strong, but Bomer on the glass has been a monster. Doesn't get the putback to go. Brown out to Millhouse. Millhouse, the hesitation and the pass into the Trinity student section. Millhouse with just 1 point so far after a career-high 12. Millhouse has had a career high in 2 consecutive games. Bomer left all alone, finds number 20, and now the point guard has it. Back to Bartosik, though. Walsh looking for the middle. It is taken away by Hanley. Clark, full head of steam to his left, and good. A.J. Clark looking to get going in this second half. We saw it all Friday long against McMurray. The career-high 25. This Trinity defense getting to the ball. 22 on the clock. The Cowboys do get it across, though. Dykes to Bomer. Walsh, Bartosik, and now Quinn from the wing. Nothing but the bottom. And a timeout very early on from head coach Matt Brackett. Even after the made basket, wants to talk things over with his team. It was a 30-second timeout that has now been extended to a full timeout. Both coaches making sure they know exactly how much time they'll have. So out of the halftime break, Hardin-Simmons with a 9-point lead now. Just a couple minutes gone by in the second half. Trinity out shooting Hardin-Simmons. You can see it right there on your screen. 46% to 42%. Tigers shooting better from beyond the three-point arc as well. But those free throws really costing the Tigers. They've missed 8 free throws so far today. And the 14 turnovers to Hardin-Simmons 6. The difference in the ball game so far. Trinity opened up its campaign on the road before finally coming back home. They'll go back on the road, though, after these pair of home games. Not only going on the road, but starting conference play as they head east to Centenary and St. Thomas for a double dip of SCAC play. And then they'll have a long break to make room for finals. As you got to remember, these are student athletes who are in class as well. So from December 4th to the 21st, there are no games until Trinity hosts Geneva on the 21st of December in the Leslie Robinson Christmas Classic. So we've got a Thanksgiving Classic and a Christmas Classic. Nothing but holiday cheer from San Antonio. And the Tigers trying to cheer up their fans, down 9, but showing more life at the end of the first half and to start this second period. Jenkins deals with the contact and puts it down. Jenkins, the first Tiger in double digits with 11 points now. 5 for 9 from the field and 5 rebounds. He is playing very, very well. Fenn tries to force his second steal. Doing a better job of guarding Quinn in the middle. You can see he is not able to get the ball. Tigers denying him. Walsh ends up giving it to Bomer. He's stuck in the corner. Shot clock down to 5. Quinn to Walsh. Has to put it up. No good. Battle for the board won by Clark. Clark trying to get out of the backcourt and does. Bomer is riding alongside him. Clark deals with Dykes just short on the scoop. And a clap of frustration from Clark. Number 14 just not getting the ball here. You can see how the Tigers are flying, denying him the ball. And now a tip by Millhouse, a steal from Clark. And the defense has turned up a level for Trinity. Millhouse drives through contact, not going to drop. A foul on the floor, and you can see the hands to the head for number 5, Dykes. And Bomer now discovering that the foul is on him. You can see no way. Second team foul will allow Trinity to sub in Jacob Harvey and Braxton Berry. And now a delay as the official talking to Coach Brackett. Now we're ready to go. Jenkins looking for a teammate, finds Berry, right back to Jenkins, 4-3, yes! Caleb Jenkins makes it a 4-point game. The closest Trinity has been since the first half. Fenn battling, swiping the ball. And 5 seconds going to be called on Hardin-Simmons as Walsh hanging on to the ball around center court. But wait. The team's discussing it with the officials. You can see the official talking with Jimmy Smith right now. And instead of a 5-second call, looks like Hardin-Simmons got a timeout. Honestly, still not sure. Unfortunately, could not hear since I'm up in the booth, not on the floor. But nonetheless, the ball will belong to Trinity now. The offensive foul called on Jason Justice. And Trinity feeling much better, down just 4. And Caleb Jenkins has been leading the way. Harvey has the ball now, over to Fenn, using the Berry screen, but taken away by Walsh. Fenn meets Dykes in the backcourt. Now giving Justice a hard time. Quinn drops it off to Brewer and denied by Berry. What a block by Braxton Berry, and here come the Tigers. Harvey, 2 men around him, gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins past Brewer, and gonna be called for the travel. He had Tiger fans on their feet, dribbling past Austin Brewer, who started the game in the starting unit but came off the bench to start this second half. But things looking a lot better for the Trinity Tigers, shooting 47%, limiting those turnovers in the second half. And they've cut the deficit to just 4. Hardin-Simmons has not scored in 2:29 as we take this media timeout, under 16 minutes to go. Might be able to hear some of the cheering coming from the Trinity stands. That became a staple of home games a year ago. It's actually the parents leading the chants and then getting the students involved around them, although we still don't have many students as people are just now getting back from their break. Taking a look at some of these replays there, you saw the Jenkins travel ahead of the timeout. And there's the Jenkins 3 from the corner. And look at that Braxton Berry block. Still couldn't see the travel there. Things moving very quickly, however. Nice look at some of our Trinity parents. Back from the timeout. Full court pressure still on for the Tigers. Jenkins directing traffic. They've got to get it across soon. They do. Justice has had it the whole time. Kicks it out to Walsh. Tenacious defense being played right now by Trinity. Hands up in the faces of these Cowboys. Brewer in the face of Barry, and he's going to be bailed out by a foul. With 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Foul does go against Barry, so the shot clock up to 20. Lots of congestion, not where the Cowboys want it. Quinn able to get it out. Brewer finds Walsh. Quinn working hard to get the ball. Instead, it'll be a three-pointer from Callaway Dykes to stem the Tiger momentum for the moment. Jenkins tries to back up Walsh, now kicks it to Hanley. Tanner Brown, back to Hanley. Hanley takes it himself, up and down. Justice does a lot better to get past the half-court line this time, and he'll set up the Cowboy offense. Dykes able to find Quinn, and you can see why the Cowboys want the ball in his hands. He can make something happen, but he was blocked there going up before a foul called on Trinity. Stephen Quinn has had a hard time having the ball in his hands this second half. He leads the team with 15 points per game this season, but he has 9 so far and has not had success here in the second frame. Can the Cowboys get it to him here? It'll be Justice, and a loose ball foul drawn by Quinn there, who remains active despite not having the ball in his hands. He is such an attention grabber. The senior from Dallas, Texas, Duncanville High School. Very successful high school program there. Quinn gets the ball here, dealing with Harvey. Brewer goes on Barry, not able to finish. Hanley comes up with the board. Jenkins hops out to Hanley. Harvey thought about the three. Instead, Clark with the mid-range. Not gonna bounce in. Dykes one-on-one with Clark. Hanley gets a swipe in. Ball fell in. Would have been a goaltend anyway, as the Cowboy lead back up to 7. Hanley, nice job containing the dribble that nearly got away from him. And a lot more back and forth action now from Calgard Gym. Just over 13 to go. Hardin-Simmons up 5. Nearly a steal by Clark. It'll be an open 3 for Walsh. No good. He has not connected in a while after starting 2 for 2 from distance. Now Hanley. Basket won't fall, but the foul will be called. Ben Hanley joining his teammate Caleb Jenkins in double digits with 12 points. And he's got 6 rebounds as well, so the double-double watch is on, or as Julia Ackerman taught me yesterday, Julia will join me for the women's game, the chicken parm watch. First free throw, good from Hanley. It'll bring in Abdullah Roberts and Tanner Brown. Checking in for Braxton Berry. And Brown not quite checking in yet. Second free throw. Good for Hanley, and Hanley will be the one to check out for Brown. So a nice job by number 3 to pull the Tigers within 3. This Trinity full court pressure has given the Cowboys trouble in the second half. Justice able to get by it. Walsh over to Quinn. Lots of contact. Trinity fans wanted a travel, instead a foul. Blocking foul will send Hardin-Simmons to the line. Blocking foul instead will be an inbounds opportunity for the Cowboys, not shooting quite yet. They are shooting better from the line than they started. So they're trying to get back there. Quinn among 5 Tiger defenders can't get it to go. Ball will stay with Hardin-Simmons. Coach Smith, arms wide open. Thought it was Trinity basketball, but the gold jerseys have it. Rebound by Brown off the Justice miss. Clark all the way home, no good. Justice has 3 to work with. Walsh slows it down. He struggled from 3, so he decides to give it to his teammates with 20 on the shot clock. Dykes finds Quinn. Touch pass to Bartosik, and Bartosik somehow dealing through it, almost got it to go. Ultimately, Trinity comes up with it. Brown, Fenn in the corner. And Fenn backs it out, drives right, all the way around. Basket won't count, but a foul is called on number 20. Bartosik has been awfully quiet in this second half, as well as have most of the Cowboys. It has been a completely different story. The Tigers outscoring Hardin-Simmons 14-7 in this second frame. We'll take a quick timeout with the players as this media timeout under 12 goes underway. Welcome back to Tiger Network. Trinity down just 3. Hanley back in the game after a quick rest. Tanner Brown tries to even things up. Won't be able to. Tigers a lot more aggressive defensively, but here another open Robinson in the corner, but he continues to miss from there. The San Antonio native, frustrated with his performance so far, has had 3 open looks from distance and has not hit on any of them. Cowboys have led nearly the entire game, but the Tigers continue to get a little bit closer. Roberts draws the contact from Justice, and another foul called on Hardin-Simmons. That'll be their 6th team foul, approaching the bonus with one more. But for the moment, it'll be Tanner Brown to send it in. Drawn up play for Clark. The floater, too strong. Quinn jumps to Robinson. Now Justice will try to be the catalyst. Gets it to Dykes. Right back to number 1. Ball tipped away. Brown almost had the steal. Now it's Fenn. 2-on-1. Brown finishes it, and the Tigers are within 1. Double team here. Justice trapped, and a foul called on Trinity. Hands to the head of Jimmy Smith. Tanner Brown put his hands to his face after that call. Brown and Fenn, the dynamic duo defensively, have really caused problems for the Cowboys. Brown steps up to force Justice into a tough mid-range. Brewer with the spin off the board, and good. Austin Brewer, the 6'10 center from Stamford, Texas, utilizing that big frame to get the offensive board, and will try to complete the three-point play here. Too much on the free throw. 6 missed free throws now for Hardin-Simmons. Tigers running across the court. Clark in the key, pulls up, that floater good. Back to within 1, 10 minutes to go. Hardin-Simmons 53, Trinity 52. Fenn reaches from behind, has been relentless defensively now in the face of Justice. Quinn dealing with 3 Tigers, finds Brewer, and Brewer finishes it. Fenn has room. Can he find it? Yes, he can. Another layup for the Tigers. And the scoring, much more of what we expected. Hardin-Simmons averaging 75 points per game, Trinity 84. But it was slow to start offensively for both. Dykes loses the dribble, able to find Justice. Now 15 on the shot clock. Brewer faking the jump shot. Whose ball? Hardin-Simmons. Caleb Jenkins, Braxton Berry will check in. And a nice clap. High fives for Jimmy Smith, for his team. Abdullah Roberts and Zach Fenn checking out. Bartosik and Walsh back in for Hardin-Simmons. 2 players that were red hot to start this game, but have been awfully cold in this second frame. 2 left, 1. Brewer gets it up. No good. Board collected by Clark. And a stoppage here as the clock stopped exactly at 9 minutes and 30 seconds on the shot clock. So some even numbers as we enter the home stretch in San Antonio. Tigers trying to take their first lead since very early on in this one. Jenkins going to work against Justice. He drives, finds Hanley. Brown to Jenkins, now back to Clark. Clark going left. Clark pulls up, draws the contact, and will head to the line with a chance to tie things up and give the Tigers the lead. First free throw, good for A.J. Clark, and we are all tied up at 55 with 8:42 to go. Clark up to 12 points on 4 for 8 shooting, 3 for 5 from the line. That one rolls in, and the Tigers have the lead. For the first time since it was 7-5 in the first half, Trinity on top. They were down double digits much of that first period, down by as many as 17. 10 now on the shot clock. Dykes goes up with it. It does not fall. Hanley will push it the opposite direction. Driving on Quinn. Fight for the offensive rebound. Hanley able to get it to Jenkins. Clark, top of the key. Three, way off, but he saw it. Gets his own miss. Hanley will shoot the three. Off again. And the foul drawn by Brewer. Tigers with a couple of opportunities to grow their advantage. Could hear that one, a push on number 0. As we've reached the under 8 media timeout. Trinity 56, Hardin-Simmons 55. It'll be a good finish on Tiger Network. Stepping back in here as the timeout comes to a close. Why are the Tigers back on top? After 13 turnovers in the first half, just 3 in this second half. Hardin-Simmons still not turning the ball over themselves, but it is Trinity keeping the ball on their end and putting those shots up that have allowed them to climb back into this one. Brewer will head to the line here out of the timeout. The 1-and-1 is just one as he misses it, and Jenkins leads the Tigers the other way. Barry posting up. He's doubled, trying to find help is Brown, who steps up. Now Clark will have it. Brown gets the pass from Clark. Spinning through the tree, that is Brewer, and it'll be a foul on number 2. And Brewer, with his hands up, not going to be called for the foul. It'll be number 5, Callaway Dykes, his 3rd personal. Brown can't hit on that first free throw. Brown with just 4 points now, make it 5. But he has been active defensively, collected 5 rebounds for Trinity. And the lead to 2 now for the Tigers. The zone defense still very much on for Trinity. Hands up for the defense. Justice to Walsh. Finds Quinn. Kicks it back out. Now Justice steps up just beyond the free throw line. Rebound for Barry. Brown steps up for 3. It's short. Rebound for Dykes. Good idea for Brown. But the Cowboys have the ball now. They slow things down. Shooting just 35% as a team now. That percentage plummeting throughout the game. Brewer, though, has been spot on and continues to be 7 points now in this second half. Hanley, lots of contact, and he'll be called for it. Offensive foul. As basketball so often ends up being a game of runs after Trinity clawed back into this one, took their first lead since 7-5. They are now over their last 4. No field goals in the last 3 minutes as Hardin-Simmons has tied it back up at 57. Walsh gets it across. And Vicente, who is not seeing the playing time in the second half, nearly loses it. It'll be a jump ball, and the ball belongs to Trinity. Some great mop work here. Zach Fenn back in the game, trying to get around Dykes. Loses handle for a second, but Jenkins saves the day. 15 on the shot clock. Jenkins to Fenn, who cuts in. Pass nicely to Hanley. Now Jenkins open for three. Overshot it. Fenn fights for the board. Nice play by the first year. Aware of Quinn being right there, and he knocks it right off of him. Take another look at this one. Quinn wasn't ready for it. And all he could do was laugh as he connected with the first-year Fenn after that one. Timeout Trinity here. Jimmy Smith wanting to draw something up for the Tigers as this is a tied ball game with 5:49 to go. The exciting action just continues on Tiger Network, and can guarantee you this is what we have on tap for you all winter long in CalGuard Gym. But what a fall it was. Have to acknowledge all the teams that had pretty historic runs in the postseason. Trinity Volleyball going to its first national championship since 1999. Trinity Football going to the second round for the first time in 20 years. Women's soccer, an undefeated regular season, going to the Sweet 16 yet again. And cross country, Will Saloni, the fifth best finish in Trinity history at the national championships for cross country. Men's soccer having a regular season conference title as well. Just all sorts of positivity on campus, and these basketball teams trying to keep that up. Jenkins to beat the buzzer out of the timeout. And he comes up a little hobbled. Hope he's okay, because Jenkins has been the star of the show. Another steal by Fenn, and to stop him, Dykes will foul him. Zach Fenn with his second official steal in the box score, but he has caused trouble there along that mid-court line. He's been the welcome committee as the opponent tries to get past the Tiger logo. And they have had a rude awakening when running into number 35. Fenn's first free throw, off to the right, the 1-and-1. Goes against Trinity, and Hardin-Simmons going back on offense. Trying to push the ball. Nice tap out for Quinn. Now he backs up Harvey. Big size mismatch, and he takes full advantage of it. Stephen Quinn. Priority number one for this Trinity defense. They have denied and denied, but on that last possession, he had the shorter Harvey on him, and he took him to the basket for the layup, and now completes the three-point play. Hardin-Simmons back on top, 60-59. Tanner Brown will come in for Zach Fenn. And A.J. Clark gives it to Tanner Brown. Screen movement off the ball, trying to get Harvey open, but it's not working, so it's Clark who ends up with it. Brown underneath. Good, and one. Remarkable patience there by Tanner Brown. Can't connect on the free throw, though. And the lead is 1 for Trinity. These teams going back and forth. Cowboys and Tigers. Dish to Brewer. Looks like Barry will be called for the foul. He is taking it. Taps on his number 0, acknowledging that he drew the contact. Brewer finally able to connect on a free throw. He's been 1 for 4 up until that point. But he's long on this one. Cowboys leaving a lot of points there at the charity stripe. Barry backing down Brewer through 2 defenders. And now Barry will be the one to head to the line. Braxton Berry just 2 points today. But every time he has gotten the ball down low, the Cowboys have sent a double team. He measures out his shot from the line. Short on the first. Bartosik back in for Hardin-Simmons. Their leading scorer on the day has not scored in the second half, and 4 fouls have kept him on the bench for Coach Matt Brackett. Jim again goes silent, and both free throws off for Barry, but the rebound for Brown. Now Harvey had an opening for the moment. We'll have to get it back to Hanley, and the Tigers will get a second chance. Hanley driving. Offensive foul going to be called. The foul called on Ben Hanley, and that is 5. So Ben Hanley will head to the bench. He'll finish up with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Have a feeling he could have gotten to that double-double figure if he were allowed to finish this 4-23. But instead, Grayson Herr will be the one to check in. Grayson Herr defending Bartosik. 3 Tigers in the backcourt, but Walsh gets it across. Quinn setting up the screen. Justice tries to find. Great job by Clark tying him up there. Bartosik was open in the corner. Justice saw him, but he couldn't quite get it there. Four minutes to go here in San Antonio, all tied up. Quinn backs up, finds Bartosik. Bartosik calmly puts it up, but gets it off the rim. Clark drives left. Barry with the board, and now he'll go back to the line. He missed 2 just a moment ago. Can he redeem himself? We'll find out after the break. Another media timeout there coming quickly because this game is going quickly. 61-61, Hardin-Simmons and Trinity. We'll take a timeout on Tiger Network and be back for the photo finish. Nice moves there by Addie Putnam in the stands, awaiting her shot to be on the court. Women's basketball tipping off at 6, but first, this great finish on hand for Trinity against Hardin-Simmons men's basketball. Braxton Berry coming out of this timeout will get 2 free throws. He missed his last 2. So he'll try to get these 2 to go. Suggestions from the crowd just to go nice and easy before Calgar Gym goes silent. That one off for Berry. You can sense the frustration. Tigers shooting under 50% from the free throw line. Now 13 for 27. That is 13 points that they have left on the board. Berry does make the second one, and the Tigers take a 1-point lead. The defense has been much improved coming out of the break. Harvey among those that are right in the faces of the Cowboys, not giving up an inch. Her now trying to do the same off the bench for Ben Hanley and forces a turnover. Walsh couldn't collect it. And with 3:18 to go, Tigers trying to up their advantage. The largest it has been 2. So just clinging on to a lead. Want to feel much more comfortable. Harvey looking, finds her. Her is trapped, but Clark comes top of the key, going up against Quinn. Nice moves and a foul. Quinn with his 4th foul, and Clark will head to the line. 2 shots coming up for number 22. First one good. Clark up to 14 points now. And now has 15, able to knock down both free throws, and Trinity leading by 3 with 2:56. Walsh defended by Harvey. Walsh takes it all the way past the half-court line, now hands it off to Dykes. Walsh has it, puts up the 3, way off, rebound by Harvey. Aiden Walsh 2 for 10 from the field, all of his shots coming from beyond the 3-point line. And after nailing his first 2, has been ice cold. Clark has room to work, and what a move by Bartoszek to knock it away, because A.J. Clark had a free lane to the basket. With 15 on the shot clock, Clark sends it into Berry. Clark is right behind him, and Berry finds him. Setting up the screen now, Clark. Floater. Berry just early on the jump. Mistiming the offensive rebound, so it goes to Hardin-Simmons. Bomer trying to set up inside. Cowboys find him. He backs up Berry. Underneath, rebound fought for by Clark. Harvey, her, steps in. Short on the jump shot, and Bartoszek has an open court. Denied by Harvey. All Bartoszek had to do was beat one man, but that man was Jacob Harvey. Jacob Harvey still scoreless, but making an impact when it matters. Hardin-Simmons still with possession, but losing 2 free points there. And a block called on Berry. Aggressive clap from Jimmy Smith. He cannot believe it. From first look, Berry appeared to be outside the restricted area. He appeared to be stopped in his place, and he had his hand straight up. Would love to get another look at that as Dykes sets up for the free throw. Abdullah Roberts subs in as Callaway Dykes looks to get closer. Won't there. First free throw off. We'll get a look at the replay. Hard to tell if Barry maybe moved his right shoulder a little bit. Goes the way of Hardin-Simmons. And they get 1 point out of the opportunity as Dyke splits his trip. Justice back in for the Cowboys. Brown hands it off to Clark to bring it up the court. 1:30 left in San Antonio. Tigers up 2. Clark and Harvey communicating here. Clark has had it all possession long, and the possession ends in a turnover. Offensive foul called on Trinity. Jacob Harvey draws it. We'll get another look at it. You see Harvey setting up the screen and have a hard time seeing exactly what was wrong with that one. I think Jimmy Smith would agree with me. You can see him there crouched down, but now pumping up his team. He has not been happy with these last couple of calls going the Cowboys' way. Tigers up by 2. Walsh to Dykes. Quinn in the middle. Ball knocked away. Roberts collects it, and the Tigers have the ball. With just over a minute to go, it'll come down to the final seconds. Herr, newly in the game for Hanley, hands it off to Brown. 15 on the shot clock. Brown finds Roberts open for 3. Roberts, good! What a time to get in the point column. Abdullah Roberts, Trinity up 5 with 41 seconds left. Timeout, Hardin-Simmons. And this crowd on its feet in San Antonio. Roberts taking his time, nailing it from deep. And you can see the Tiger bench going wild. Abdullah Roberts has averaged 7 points a game this year, but he was absent in the Trinity win over McMurray. One of the key contributors on this Tiger squad, the junior from Houston, Texas. If you look back at his career, he has come up with big shot after big shot. And he does so again here to put Trinity up 5 with 41 seconds left, their largest lead of the game. Remember, they trailed ever since they led 7-5 in the first half. Hardin-Simmons grew their lead to up to 17 in the first half. They had the advantage at the break, but slowly and surely, the Tigers have nicked at that lead, cut it down, and now they are on top by 5. Can the Cowboys respond? Walsh to Quinn in the middle. Bartosik. Nice to see you again in this second half. He has been held completely quiet. He still leads his team with 17. But the free throw off. And we mentioned the Tigers will regret those free throws they missed. The Cowboys have to be dreading it as well. 10 free throws missed for Hardin-Simmons. They are shooting 50% from the free throw line. It has not been pretty from the line for either side. Trinity shooting just 53%. They are 16 for 30. But it's a game that will come down to the free throw line in these final 31 seconds. It is Clark with the opportunity here. He gets it to go. Back to a 2-score game. And now it's officially a 2-score game. Hardin-Simmons will have to go in a hurry. Quinn dealing with Harvey, who has played excellent defense. Quinn pulls up and drains the three. So on the last two possessions, the Cowboys going to their veterans. This time it is Quinn over the top of Harvey. Gets the three to go and pulls Hardin-Simmons to within two. Still a ton of time. 19 seconds is an eternity in college basketball, especially with how these two teams have done from the line. Hardin-Simmons now out of timeouts. Trinity still with two in hand. Hardin-Simmons looking for its third victory of the year. They are 2-2. Meanwhile, Trinity defending their home court, looking to pick up a second victory at Calgard Gym and a fifth one on the year. A.J. Clark and Caleb Jenkins have been battling for the scoring lead today. Clark with 17, Jenkins with 16. But the contributions have been coming from everywhere on the roster. And on this final possession out of the timeout, Griffin Levine checks in. Grayson Hurd joins him to go along with Clark, Brown, and Harvey. It is Brown who will head to the line, fouled by Walsh. Tanner Brown, 7 points today, 0 for 4 from distance. But he has come up with a couple of big defensive plays. 0 for 2. Now 1 with the free throw. The size of Brewer checks back in for Hardin-Simmons. Dykes joins him. Critical free throw coming up for Brown. Bounces out, and Hardin-Simmons has a chance to tie the game. 15 seconds left as Walsh gets it across. Dykes trying to find someone. It is Walsh. Thought about it. Dykes gets it to Quinn. 6 seconds. Dykes, somebody has to put it up. It'll be Quinn. Off, rebound, won't be good, and the Tigers win. Quinn had a look as the play clock expired. But the Trinity Tigers escape with a 70-67 win over Hardin-Simmons. What a comeback it was for Trinity. Down by as many as 17 inside Calgard Gym. They defend their home court and make it a perfect 4-0 record for Trinity against Hardin-Simmons this week. First football a week ago, then women's basketball beats the Cowgirls twice in the week, and the Tigers wrap it up here on Sunday afternoon. And the Tigers also beating McMurray on Friday. Don't think Trinity has a lot of friends up in Abilene, but they will take it. Tigers improved to 5-2 on the young season, and they will have a few days off before heading on the road to start conference play in Louisiana, where they will face Centenary and then come back for a big-time matchup against St. Thomas in Houston. Meanwhile, Hardin-Simmons will head back home to start conference play as well. They have Laterno on tap on the first. But the Cowboys have to be dreading that drive home, knowing that they had a victory in hand in San Antonio, but they let it slip away. Trinity 70, Hardin-Simmons 67. We have more action for you on Tiger Network at 6 p.m. Women's basketball will face Laterno. So go grab a bite to eat, take a break, and we'll have more basketball for you. I'm Brian Janselson. See you in a couple of hours.